Well, this is where he relives his, or where he starts to relive his Piers Morgan.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Again, this is his peak moment. This is the fucking like throwing the winning pass in the final seconds of the game and then like goes home and like has sex with the prom queen or some bullshit. Whatever fucking fantasy he's operating on.
And when he's having sex with the prom queen, he realizes he's actually 2 feet taller. he's like,
Shit.
wow, my fantasies are coming true.
I'm 6'5" and not a piece of shit.
Not a piece.
Hey, actually, can we like role play this a little bit?
Oh, God.
Who wants to be Piers Morgan?
I don't know what these guys. I don't know.
I'm not gonna do
Piers
a Piers Morgan voice.
sounds
I don't know what fucking.
He's British, right?
He's
Anybody?
British. I don't know, man. I don't think I can do a Piers Morgan voice.
Yeah.
Well, just someone read as Piers Morgan.
Okay, I'll be Piers Morgan.
Okay, who wants to be Shapiro?
I think you have better Shapiro.
I'll
voice
do my
anyway.
Shapiro voice.
Okay.
Let's do it. All right.
Are we just starting at the beginning?
Yeah, let's just. I mean, it's only like it's 2 paragraphs.
It's like the majority of the book, but it's less than 2 pages.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Again, this is like the penultimate moment of the book. All right,
Okay, I'll
Piers,
start.
do it.
My next guest has strong words for me. He says I'm off the rails on guns in America.
Perfect.
Ben Shapiro is editor-at-large at Breitbart.com and author of Bullies. How the left's... Bullets would have been better. Bullies. How the left's culture of fear and intimidation silences Americans. So, why am I off the rails, Mr. Shapiro? Sorry, guys. I know it's not a very good impression.
Here we go.
That's awesome.
You know, honestly, Piers, you have kind of been a bully on this issue. Because what you do, and I've seen it repeatedly on your show. I watch your show. And I've seen it repeatedly. What you tend to do is you tend to demonize people who differ from you politically by standing on the graves of children of Sandy Hook, saying that they don't seem to care enough about the dead kids. And if they cared more about the dead kids, they would agree with you on policy. I think we can have a rational, political conversation about balancing rights and risks and rewards of all these different policies. But I don't think that we need to do is demonize people on the other side as being unfeeling about what happened at Sandy Hook.
It was at this point that Morgan, in the words of Breitbart's John Nolte, clutched at his pearls.
How dare you accuse me of standing on the graves of children that died there? How dare you?
I've seen you do it repeatedly, Piers.
Like I say, how dare you?
Well, I mean, you can keep saying that, but you've done it repeatedly. What you do, and I've seen you do it on your program, is you keep saying to folks that they disagree with you. All right, hold on. What you do, and I've seen you do it on your program, is if you keep saying to folks if they do disagree with you politically, then somehow this is a violation of what happened in Sandy Hook.
Later on in the interview, Pierce would come back to this point, belittling me personally, because he disagreed with my arguments on the Second Amendment rights. Again, I hammered home the point. Pierce was a loudmouth and a bully.
Do you know how absurd you sound?
Here's where you're going, to the absurd and the bullying. You're absurd. You're stupid. I understand.
I am not bullying.
Of course you are.
I'm not the one who came in here and accused you of standing on the graves of dead children.
Because you're the one who is doing that. I'm punching back twice as hard.
That's what I call bullying.
You know what I call it? Punching back twice as hard, in the words of President Obama.
That's what I call bullying.
This is astonishing.
What's astonishing?
What's astonishing about it is for weeks now you have been saying that anybody who disagrees with your position is absurd, idiotic, and doesn't care about the dead kids in Sandy Hook. And then what I say... All right, shh. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. All right, here we go. And then what I say is that it's a bullying tactic. You turn around and you say that I'm bullying you for saying that. It's absurd. It's ridiculous.
It's important to do this. The left doesn't have a playbook. They have a play. One play. The play. You're a jerk. They have a... Oh, shit, did I... No, they have a play. One play. The play is you're nasty. Take that away from him, and they have nothing. There is literally nothing Piers Morgan could say, because he had no facts or evidence at his disposal. At least not for the arguments he was making.
Okay, I just want to say...
I'm really proud of us for doing that. That was... I love that.
I'm like astonished, because I think even when I read this myself... And I read through this, and then I read, like, his conclusion of, like, how this debate went. I didn't really make the connection, but now I'm making it. He literally did not. Like, he said one thing about Piers Morgan, by just calling him a bully the whole time.
Yeah.
It said no facts, just asserted that he was standing on the graves of dead Sandy Hook children and called him a bully.
And really just
said nothing.
You say I'm doing this, but I say you're doing this.
Yeah, like, I know I am, but what are you? Or like, I know you are, but what am I?
Level, it's fucking schoolyard Mickey Mouse bullshit.
And then his conclusion is the left doesn't have a playbook. They have a play. One play. The play is you're a jerk, and they have a play. One play. The play is that you're nasty. Well, he literally just wrote a like chunk of debate where his exact tactic is that to just call somebody a bully and not back down from the point.
Yeah.
What happened to the rules here? We were on rule. What rule is this?
That was 3.
This is by far that's why I say, like, this is the reason this book was written. Was this point right here?
So I dominated Shapiro.
It is by far the longest point, I think. So yeah,
he really he genuinely thinks that was a mic drop moment. Mm-hmm. I just love the last line before we move on to rule 4. Suffice it to say, Piers was quite unhappy during the debate. Fucking burned.
Piers was always unhappy.
Yeah,
that's like his whole MO. He's like he's unhappy about everything.
All right, who wants to do rule 4?
Rule 4: frame the debate.
So last one was frame the opponent, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think we got walk into the fire, hit first, frame the debate. No, frame the opponent,
and now
frame the debate.
Frame the debate. Yep.
I have to say, I mean, this already feels pretty similar to the last rule. So again, I feel like already at the front end of this thing, we're padding real hard.
Yeah.
You want
the left is expert at framing debates. They have buzzwords they use to direct the debate towards unwinnable positions for you. They are tolerant, diverse, fighters for social justice. If you oppose them, by contrast, you are intolerant and xenophobic and in favor of injustice. And then he basically explains, why you should not accept those terms.
I love how he says the left is wildly intolerant of religious people and conservatives, and like how many fucking churches and like major factors in struggles for social justice are like led by fucking religious leaders. Like,
anti-intellectual diversity. That's a strong phrase right there.
That's right. You know, I guess what's sad about this to me with the whole like anti-intellectual diversity is just like, you know what? I feel like Gordon Ramsay in that meme where it's like all I want is to be able to like sit down and read some conservative shit and just be like, finally, some delicious fucking debate. Like that's all I know. That's more Australian. I can't do a Gordon Ramsay. I've tried.
Yeah,
my Gordon Ramsay is just like, I'm Gordon Ramsay. That's my Gordon Ramsay. But I just feel like
food. You call this food?
You call this food? You fucking donkey.
Was your mother a fucking donkey? God.
They're gonna blow fire in your face, you fucking donkey!
All right,
God,
anyway,
just go kill yourself now.
I did not expect some Gordon Ramsay impressions, but that's good. But no, I feel like that's what's like really upsetting about this is because like, granted, I mean, sure, like there are probably, I know there are definitely portions of like the liberal faction, whatever that is, the liberal revolutionary army out there that probably don't debate with or like engage with conservative arguments at all. I think that's absolutely right. I encountered that quite a bit in my own experience, like getting educated in social work. But the idea that this just means that it's an issue of diversity and that honestly, it's like, I'm fucking chomping at the bit for some fucking legit, like piece of shit conservative debate to happen. I mean, also, this is what's so funny. One example that comes to mind, I'm going to like maybe post in an audio piece of it. Have y'all watched when Richard Wolff has gone on Fox News?
No. Actually, yeah, I think I did see a clip of that.
I love it. It is one of the most beautiful things you will ever see because it's these piece of shit Fox News anchors who have no idea what they're talking about. And then it's Richard Wolff who's just like, yeah, I'm a fucking Marxist economist. Do you want to talk about the economy? And then just proceeds to just destroy everybody. It's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, I really do subscribe to the notion that like in those kinds of debates, like the thing that carries your argument is like evidence, you know? And I feel like he's using that rhetoric, right? Like everything is just based on your evidence and like they have no argument if you can frame it and then like have your points about whatever, you know, evidence you think you have. But like his evidence is stupid shit. Like you're standing on the graves of Sandy Hook children or like actually there, you know, it's just, I don't know. He doesn't have a lot of substance to any of the arguments, not only that he makes in debates in real life that I've seen many of, you know, to my own detriment. But like in this book that he's writing about literally like supposedly about the rules for debate.
Or as you've already pointed out, or a lot of the evidence he is talking about is just blatantly based on logical fallacies. Really misleading and fucking untrue.